Hey, Ryan Thomas, I see you. I see you on here. Give me 1 second. I'm going to bring this up. Oh, hey guys, how's it going? Happy Wednesday. It's Wednesday at 5, no, 6:10 actually. Sorry I haven't been able to do this earlier this week. I've been kind of busy doing some stuff, but there you go, Ryan. Hey, man. Thanks for coming on board. Every week I come on here and I talk for 15, 20 minutes about acting. If you have any comments, any questions you want to throw out there, please do so. There you go, a smiley face. Hey, Ryan, how's it going, man? And feel free to comment, Ryan, and join in the conversation here. That's what this is all about. It's about having a conversation about acting. It's not telling you how to act or anybody how to act. And it's just about sharing experiences and hopefully sharing some information that maybe can help another actor. So that's why I do this. I do it every week, and I come on for 15 minutes and talk about acting. So this week I kind of want to talk about something that I've mentioned in my workshops many times, and I didn't come up with this. I've heard it from many different people, Carol Fox Prescott being the main one who it's part of her core curriculum in the course that she teaches out of New York. She has a whole hour-long talk about it, and it's about finding the joy in what you do, finding the joy in acting. Hey, D. Wayne, thanks for joining, man. So it's about finding the joy in it, and a lot of actors that I know, they always talk to me about when they go into an audition or when they get on set, they get nervous and they feel really uncomfortable and they start to sweat and it's like miserable to them. And the only thing that I can say is that if that's the case for you, that when you go into an audition and you have such anxiety, or you go onto a set and you have such anxiety, even it can be intimidating when you thank you, Ryan, for the digging the goatee. But when you get on a set with some well-known people, well-known faces, and you get on set, it can be intimidating. And you have a director who is well-known, and you get a little nervous. But here's the thing. You've got to look at those people as your equals. You can't put them on a pedestal. You can't put them up here and expect they're not to all of a sudden become that dynamic. You've got to put yourself at the same level as them, because you are. You're at the same level as them. You're working on that set just like they are working on that set. You are auditioning in that room just like they are auditioning in that room, or watching you audition in that room. Do not put other people in this industry on another level than you, because they're not. And that's where you need to find that equality. And that's with you. The actor, that's your issue. You have to deal with that. You've got to overcome that hurdle. Finding the joy in it, and what that means is, to me, and this is what I took away from Carol Fox Prescott's workshop, was, you find the joy in it. You go, you work on something, and if it's not fun, if it's not the best thing you're doing, if you don't love it, don't do it. And that goes for acting. When I was a kid growing up, all I wanted to do was go outside and play baseball, play sports. I was outside doing it all day long, every day. That's all I wanted to do. I loved it. And I wound up moving forward with that and playing it well into my adult life. But with acting, it's the same thing. If you don't love it, if it's not your every breath, everything that you are about, especially if you're trying to make money at it, then why are you doing it? I mean, sure, you can do it as a hobby. A lot of people do things as hobbies. But if you have the intent of becoming successful, and when I say successful, I mean a working actor. I'm not talking about being famous. That's not what this is about. A working actor, somebody who works consistently, makes decent money, and can maintain their lifestyle with the money that they're making. That is finding the joy in what you're doing. If you don't love it, when you go to an audition and you don't love that process, why are you doing it? If you go on set and you get nervous and you panic and have anxiety attacks or whatever it is, why are you doing it? You have to find the joy in it. Find the joy in it. I'm going to name drop, sorry, Ben Kingsley, I was able to sit with him and have dinner one night, and he talked about that. He said, I asked him, I said, well, what's the one thing that, you would tell an actor, a young actor? And he said, look, find the joy, find the love in it. Find the love in it, and when you do, everything will fall into place. When I first started out, I beat myself up. I beat myself up all the time. I would leave an audition. I would go into an audition. I would go, oh my God, this is going to be so nerve-wracking. This is going to drive me crazy. No, that was the wrong approach for me. Now when I go in, I just do my thing. I go in, I do my job to the best of my ability, and then I leave. When I leave, it's over. It's done. I don't look back on it and go, I shoulda, coulda, woulda. It was what it was. I can't go back and change it. So that is how you need to approach your career as an actor. It's just how it has to be done. So find the joy in it. You got to get past that hurdle. You got to leave that when you go into the audition room. You've got to leave that nervous, anxious person. Leave them in the waiting room and take yourself in. Acting is the art of relaxation. And what that means to me is being able to do what you want to do when you want to do it, when you're auditioning or when you're on a set and you're performing. If you're nervous or, when the camera goes on, all of a sudden you get tight, that's not you're not relaxing. You've got to be able to relax and work. And it gets easier when you're working with a group of people for a number of days, all right? But some of us, we get on set, right? And when you get on set, it's nerve-wracking the first time because you don't know anybody. And you're like, oh, my God, they're all looking at me. Well, yeah, you got to get used to that. Hey, Reagan Wilson, I see you joined, buddy. How's L.A., man? Everything going good out there? Dwayne, when I do a scene with John Goodman, I told myself he puts his pants on one leg at a time. Just like, yeah, absolutely. That's the thing. These actors, Reagan Wilson puts his pants on just like I put my pants on, just like Ryan Thomas puts his pants on, just like Dwayne puts his pants on, just like John Goodman, just like anybody. And that's where, you can't look at those other actors out there as they're here and I'm here. When you do that, that dynamic just appears. You can't do it. You have to look at them as an equal, and you have to treat them as an equal, and you have to work with them as an equal. You deserve to be out there. You deserve to be out there just like anybody else. Right? That's the whole point. That's why you're out there. You deserved it. You earned it. You're out there. They wanted you to do that role. Now go out and do it. Find the joy in it. Find the love in it. Don't get nervous. Don't get anxious. And it comes with experience too. Like the first time you go out, and you audition for something, and the 1,000th time is going to be way different. You're way more relaxed that 1,000th time. It's like anything else, right? It becomes just second nature. So if you're starting out as an actor, you just got to look at it as, I am going to get there. I'm going to get to that point where I'm relaxed enough to do what I want to do when I want to do it. That's all. Yeah, we've all done jobs we don't love. That's a job, but acting can't be just a job, right? You can't look at it as a job. Oh, I got to learn my lines. I got to study for this character. I got to work all day on a 16-hour shoot. If you don't love that, if you don't love being in that situation or being there, learning lines, who do I get to be today, right? Who do I get to be today? Today, I got to go and be a cowboy. It was amazing. I got to ride a horse. I got to do some gun, handle guns. I got to try on all kinds of different types of old Western clothes. That's what I got to do today, and I loved it. I loved every minute of it. It was fun. I had a great time. So if you don't love what you do, don't do it. Don't do it. Move on to something that you do love. Yes, there are points in our life where we have to do things we don't like, and that's just the way it goes, but... Yes, Dwayne, don't look in the movie hole. People do it all the time. Unless you're Ferris Bueller or Deadpool. I mean, you really can't tell if Deadpool's looking in the movie hole because he's usually got a mask on. But yeah, don't look in the movie hole. And to be honest with you, in my career, I think I spiked the camera a couple times. So, pants are overrated, Reagan Wilson. But I try to not wear pants as often as I can, but unfortunately I have pants on now because as soon as I'm done this, I've got to rush out to a baseball meeting because I'm coaching kids baseball this spring, and I've got to find out who's on my team and what practice nights and the game schedule and all that tonight. But do what you love, right? Do what you love, and if you don't find love in it, don't do it. Move on. Do something else. Anybody got any questions out there? Anything? I don't know how long I've been on. Let me check my my feed here. It usually tells me where I'm at. And no. It's not telling me where I'm at. Oh, there it is. I've been on for 11 minutes and 50 seconds. So I'm going to talk a few more minutes. Thank you, everybody who's on right now, who's joined me. Thank you for all the people who have subscribed on YouTube. Fantastic. I'm going over there. Don't have anybody chatting on that stream, but I invited most of the people to join me here on Facebook. Ryan Thomas, I feel like one of my biggest steps as an actor was when I learned to love rehearsing. Exactly. Rehearsing can be an arduous, grueling process, especially when you're in a play and it's 4 to 6 weeks and it's like almost an every night type of thing. You know, if you're doing theater that is not paid and you may only be 3 nights a week, and then the last week leading up, you're every night. But if you're doing paid theater, it's every day and sometimes twice a day. And yes, it can be grueling and it can be arduous. And especially if you don't have a large role, you know, you're sitting around a lot, but you still have to be ready. You got it. It's all part of the process. When you're working on a film, it's always hurry up and wait. And you're on standby to be on standby most of the time. If you don't like that time, and if you can't fill that time with things to do that you love, like write a script, read a book, get ready for another project coming down the road, right? If you don't love that time and love those things, then you shouldn't be in the acting industry, because there's a lot of that. I had somebody contact me today, a young kid, and he wants the magic elixir. He wants the button. He wants the pill that's going to take him right to the top. And he's not going to like what I'm going to have to tell him. I coached him as a football player when he was younger, and he's a really good-looking kid, really smart, has a great smile, would do wonderfully in acting. But, you know, my question to him is going to be, are you willing to put the work in? Are you willing to fall in love with the craft of acting? Or are you just looking for, you know, the elevator that takes you right to the top? Right? And that's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for him, I think. And, you know, I'm going to talk to him. I'm going to tell. He asked me today, he said, what do I need to do to be a successful actor? And the first thing I'm going to tell him is get in a class. Take an acting class. That's the first thing I'm going to tell him. And you need to love the process of acting. Taking a class. You need to love the process of auditioning. You need to love the process of rehearsing. You know, I must have said the word love 100 times already since I've been on, but it's true, and that's what I'm going to tell him. So that's my takeaway for today, guys. I thank you for coming on. It's been 14 and a half minutes. I thank you guys for coming on. Remember, every Thursday night out at the Columbia Arts Center, we have Actors Club. Starts at 7 o'clock, ends at 9:30. You can go to our Facebook page. Let us know there if you're going to be out and what you want to work on, whether it's a monologue or a scene, or you want to do some improv, or you want to do an audition, or a cold read maybe. But that's Thursday night at the Columbia Arts Center. And go to our Facebook page, follow us there. If you're watching the live feed here on Facebook, just keep an eye out. Make sure you click the button to get notifications so you know when we post, when the next session is. We do it every other week, Thursday night. And tomorrow night, we will be doing it again. I'll be out there tomorrow night. So it's a lot of fun. I mean, it's a great group of people. We're all supportive. We get together. We network. We work on acting together. We give each other suggestions. And it's all constructive criticism, which is the key when you have a group of actors. You all want to try and raise your level together. And you need to surround yourself with talented people. You really do. Talented people who love the craft of acting. You've got to do that. That's the number one thing in your career. You've got to find the love in it, and then you've got to surround yourself with people who love to do it too. And I feel as if I've done that with Actors Club, and I've done that with projects that I've created on my own. And I've talked about that before. You need to get out and do your own projects. But again, tomorrow night, Thursday night, if you can make it to Actors Club, please do so. If not, I'll be back here next week, talk for another 20 minutes. Dan Franco's on. Thank you, Dan, for joining. But everybody else who came on, thank you so much. I'll see you guys next week. Keep at it. Keep walking the path. If you're an actor out in LA, you're an actor in New York, or you're an actor here in the DMV, keep walking the path. Keep working hard at your craft. Find the love in it. Get out there. Work on projects. Help out where you can. Network, make friends, surround yourself with talented people. You're going to be successful. I know it. You know it. Let's do it together. All right. I'll see you guys later. Peace. And Dan Franco, fly, Eagles, fly.